How's it going, everyone? Rachel West here, and I'm joined once again by Rays beat reporter Marc Topkin. Mark, we were wondering if the Rays are going to be able to bounce back in Game 2 the other night. They certainly did that, mainly thanks to Brandon Lau finally breaking out of his slump. I'm going to give you some props here because the other day when we talked, you said Lau could make up for all the bad very quickly if he got hot, and if the Rays were going to win the series, it was going to be because of Brandon Lau. Well, that's pretty much the reason why they won Game 2. So, in your mind, is Brandon Lau officially back?
I mean, realistically, Rachel, we probably have to wait and see how he does tonight in Game 3 here in Arlington. You know, he's had kind of this pattern. I mean, he's had these really weird long cold spells with the Rays, and then he makes up for them with these incredible hot streaks. And I think back to August of this year, he had kind of a cool stretch, and then he went just incredibly crazy. Homers in 4 straight games. He won American League Player of the Week. He hit almost 500 for the week. So I know Kevin Cash referenced that the other day. He said he'll get on these runs where he gets hot for 10 games. We don't need 10 games right now. We'll take 5, and I think they'll take a couple. But to truly answer the question, is Brandon Lau back? I think we'll have to see how he does tonight. I mean, tough matchup with Walker Buehler, a real high-velocity pitcher. But Brandon Lau, you know, fastballs are what he hits. I mean, he's learned and done a good job of hitting the off-speed pitches too, and that's been part of the struggle is, you know, trying to time it up to be ready for both. But I think Brandon Lau can certainly handle Walker Buehler's fastball, and if Brandon Lau, even if he has, you know, he doesn't have to hit 2 home runs tonight for us to say he's back, but just good at bats, quality at bats, hit the ball hard. That's his, you know, his mantra. You ask him, you know, what are you trying to do when you hit the ball? He says, I'm just trying to hit it through the wall, not over the wall. He's trying to hit it through the wall. He just wants to hit the ball really hard, figuring good things happen when you do, which is typically the case.
Yeah, it'll certainly be interesting to see how he comes back after that great performance in Game 2. But the rest of the Rays have to be feeling good about their chances tonight, giving Morton the ball. Morton's had so much postseason success. But the guy taking the mound on the other side, like you mentioned, Walker Buehler, has also had his own share of postseason success. So what's going to be the key for Charlie tonight to make sure that he's the one who comes out on top in this matchup?
Well, I mean, probably a typical Charlie Morton game, which is he's really strong from the beginning, you know, have the high velocity going, not really kind of work into it like he did during the regular season. You know, the break on the curveball. It's a typical Charlie Morton game. I mean, when you boil it down to, he does a lot of things well, but the fastball curveball combination is what gets most of these hitters off balance. You see him set them up. It's very methodical. It's a very veteran approach. And there's also a settling effect. And a lot of the Rays talk about it. Kevin Cash mentioned it. The players talk about. They have this sense of calm and this sense of confidence when Charlie Morton's on the mound. So kind of the flip side to your question would be he needs to have a good first couple innings so that they have that feeling, they have that confidence. If Charlie Morton were to get knocked around a little bit in the first inning, give up 2, 3, 4 runs, something like that, that might rattle the Rays a little bit because they kind of see him as their security blanket. So I think a good start from Charlie, first couple innings as the Rays offense tries to find its footing against Walker Buehler is probably the key to success tonight.
Yeah, and this is going to be the first game after an off day in the middle of a series for either of these teams. Kevin Cash has talked about how he feels more comfortable managing when the off days are mixed in, and that it's really a benefit for everyone. But which of these 2 teams do you think that off day is going to benefit more?
Well, it certainly helps the Rays in the sense that, you know, we know that Kevin Cash likes to be a little bit creative, to put it politely, in how he uses his bullpen. And that's really where the benefit is. I mean, the hitters, you know, Brandon Lau probably would have rather played yesterday, to be honest with you. He probably would have rather played a doubleheader on Wednesday night. I mean, he was hot. Keep going. Let's stay at the plate here. But it's the bullpen guys that benefit from the rest. It's the bullpen plan for the Rays that benefits from the rest because they kind of view it as those guys all had yesterday off, so they're all available today. They're all available for multiple innings. Those are the things that they look for. We've seen them bridge innings with Nick Anderson. We've seen them do it with Fairbanks. We've seen them do it with Castillo. Those are the 3 kind of big guys right now that they're using, and the ability to know that they're all available full rest. Now, the Dodgers, though, will also benefit. We saw them use 7 different pitchers in Game 2, and I think, you know, to their credit, part of their strategy was also knowing, obviously, they had the day off, so they could have all those guys back. And they expect Buehler to go deep in the game tonight. He has had some blister issues earlier this season that caused him to go on the injured list. So they've got some depth, but both teams also have a little bit of creativity planned for Game 4 on Saturday. So it's like a sliding scale. I mean, they both want their starters to go deep tonight. They've got rested relievers if they need them. but yet they want to save as many of those relievers as they can because both teams are starting or using bulk inning guys tomorrow that probably won't pitch more than 3 or 4 innings, so they're going to need a lot of bullpen help on Saturday. So you have to kind of manage to win Friday, of course, but yet there's also got to be a little bit of thought towards Saturday.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see how both managers manage the game. Hopefully, we'll see if the Rays can come out nice and refreshed after the off day yesterday. Marc, as always, thanks again for the time. Everyone, make sure you follow along with Marc on Twitter throughout the game, and make sure to check out tampabay.com for your full World Series coverage.